Hey guys, what's up? It's Andrew from Game Technologies, and welcome to the second episode of the Unreal Engine 4 RPG tutorial series. In this episode, we are going to be setting up our player controller, game mode, and HUD blueprints. Let's get straight into it. By going into our RPG tutorial, which is in the content browser, we labeled it blue in the first episode. If you have not watched that episode, please watch the first episode. Then we're going to go into blueprints. And then we are just going to right click, create a blueprint class. It is going to be game mode base. And we are going to call it RPG underscore game underscore mode. Next, we are going to create another blueprint class. Come down here and find HUD in all classes. Select that, and we're going to call this RPG underscore HUD. Save that. New blueprint class, player controller. Call this RPG underscore player underscore controller. Save. Alright, so far so good. Next, we're going to go into our HUD first. But actually first we're going to need to create a user interface. So go into your RPG tutorial, create UI. Just go right here, go down to user interface, do UI widget, and we're just gonna call this HUD. Now we can go back into our blueprints to our RPG HUD, and then we are going to go into the event graph. Now we can get rid of these two right here, and we're going to, off of begin play, we're going to create a widget. Create widget is going to be our HUD class, and we're going to add to viewport. We're also going to come off here and do promote to variable, and we're going to call this our HUD reference like that. Compile and save. And now we'll be drawing our HUD to our screen. Or at least we should be. If we play, it looks like we will not know if it works. So let's just go into our HUD and put a button right in the middle of the screen. You're going to see that it does not work. Now, why is that? This is where we have to go into our game mode and just change some things. So inside our game mode, we are going to change the player controller to our RPG player controller. We are going to change the HUD class to RPG HUD. We are going to change, actually that's actually all we're changing for now. Haha. So go over here, go into, and now you'll see that we still need to change it to RPG game mode over here. Now you see, in our world settings by the way, now you see that this works. Now a better way to change this instead of in the world settings is go into the project settings. If you want every single level in your world to have this, which is what we do want, because every level in our tutorial series is going to have that HUD layout because all of it's in our character. Just change the default to RPG game mode. You'll see this is still none. And now look at that. We're now using our game mode in our game. So that's already two of the three things, well, main things done. We have the RPG game mode and the HUD. Now, as you can see, we have this, and let's just go into our HUD and get rid of that. Now, if you see in my devlogs, I have like a crosshair at the center of the screen, at the real center of the screen. So also one thing I do like to do is comment things. And we're just gonna say creates the HUD widget. And we're gonna comment this as a green color, like that. Next, we're going to event receive draw HUD. And now we're going to create a branch. We're going to promote this to variable. And we're going to call this is crosshair hidden. Alright, now by default, this is going to be false. And if it is false, we're going to not draw text, sorry, draw texture. Just like that. And then we are going to take y, divide by 2. Same thing with the y. And then we are going to subtract. Same thing here. And we're going to get a divided. X and Y are literally the exact same thing. And now there is a crosshair like texture we need. So I'm going to quickly export it out of my other project and just put it in this one. Just need to find it. I think it's just in here. Yes, this crosshair.tga. Just gonna go, and I'll have this in a link in the description below. YouTube tutorials, RPG, content, RPG tutorials, textures. Put it right in. See, it's not right there, so don't ask again. Make sure to import. Alright, so something does not look right here. Let me just figure that out. Oh, yeah, saturation needs to be 0. So make sure you change your saturation to 0, and now it's this white crosshair. And now, you see, that's what it's supposed to look like. Let me just double check, make sure all these settings are good. I'm looking at my personal projects settings also. Alright, so that is good. Now if we go back into our RPG HUD, you're going to create a new variable, and we're just going to call this crosshair. And this is going to be called, this is going to be a texture 2D, not 3D, 2D. We're going to call this T_UI_crosshair. Alrighty, there we go. Now we're just going to bring this out just like this, draw, put the texture into that, and then we're going to get size X and get size Y. So this is getting the that's not what I wanted. So now this is getting the sizes of the X and Y values of the I already forgot what it's called, but of the texture. So make sure get size X goes into this top up here and divide this by 2 again. And then get size Y is going to come up here, also divide by 2. And now we're just going to put these in, plop them in like this. And then we're going to do some tidying up here. Just to make it look pretty. Something along the lines of that. And now let's test and see if it works. I do not see it at all, actually. Let me just make sure I did everything correctly here. Alright, we still need to go down here, do tint color, and do make, not make color, but make linear color, just like that. Alright, and then we just do one all the way across the board like that. And now theoretically this should have worked. Do not see it whatsoever. That's weird. Well, let's just close off that. This looks right, so I'm not sure what the issue here is. Well, let's take the texture you width from 0 to 1 and see if that works. That's weird, you still can't see it. Well, I think I'm just going to leave that the way it is. If I figure out what the issue is, I will let you know in the next video. Well, let me just try this. Yeah, it's weird. You still cannot see it at all. It might have something to do with the texture, so I'm gonna take a look. And then I'm just gonna try and figure out what the issue is. So I don't think I see it, so I'm just going to leave it at that. We'll come back to that at a later episode when we actually are going to start and use the crosshair and stuff like that. So next thing is going to be the RPG player controller. And we're just going to go into the event graph like so. And a lot of different things are going to happen here. It's going to like the save system and stuff like that is going to come in here. Interactions and a bunch of other stuff is going to happen in here. We don't really actually have to make anything in here. So we're actually just going to leave this at that, close that, close that. You can close the project settings, and I mean the only thing that's really stopping me right now is the reason why the HUD thing isn't working. Hello, so I actually filmed this part of the video after I pressed pause, after I ended the episode completely. I'm going to put this in somewhere in this video. I don't know exactly where yet, but I figured out what was wrong with the crosshair stuff. So remember how we created this crosshair hidden, and we made sure it was set to false? But if you click on the RPG HUD self, if you went here, this would be ticked. This would be ticked as true, so it means the crosshair is hidden. Just make sure this is unticked, compile and save, and go press play, and there it is. Your crosshairs at the center of the screen. Now, yes, there are some little issues in there about how the camera is set up and stuff like that, which can be changed, but just thought I'd throw this in there. Is you see how the character, we are right behind it, we are going to make it over the shoulder. So we are just going to go into the third person character, and we're actually just going to start building our basic character first. So we are going to duplicate it. We're going to call this RPG_character. Going to show the sources panel. Move it to the character. Just like that. Now if we come back here, we are going to move this, let's say 50 paces that way. And we're just going to replace with the RPG character. Okay, that didn't work. Try that again. So we're actually going to do, better idea. We're going to go into the, not the HUD, but the game mode, and change the default pawn class to the RPG character. And now if we go play, here we are. It's on the shoulder. Now you can change it to be as far away or as close as you want. I am just going to quickly go into my character and fix the camera the way I like it. So I actually think I have it the exact same place by the looks of it. Yeah, I have it the exact same place. So this is how we're gonna have it. This is how we're gonna have stuff. Just like that. So we started out with our character. We got our HUD to display on screen. We made our game mode and player controller and made it so our game uses that player controller and our game mode and all of that. Actually, did we make sure we make it use the game mode? Yes. In the controller? Yes, we did. Alright, so that is the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know that I did. Sorry for rambling on about a crosshair that I couldn't actually make. I promise I'll have that sorted out in the next episode or two. It's really stumping me why. I literally did exactly what I have in my own game and it works, which is what the weird part is. Yeah, but I guess this is it. I will see you guys in the next episode, where I think we're just gonna be doing health and mana, I believe. Let me take a look and see what our next episode is, so you guys can know what to expect from the next episode. I just go to tutorials. Episode 3 is, yes, health, mana, and a stamina system. Now we'll get those displayed on screen, and we will also make it so that if you press H, J, or K for testing purposes only, it takes away 20 health, mana, or stamina. But soon there will be a sprint system where if you press shift and then your stamina will go down at a static pace, and then enemies will have all that stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. This is Andrew from Gamemode Technologies, signing off.